Um, it was probably when I first learned when I first had a course in thermodynamics, and in the first lecture I was completely terrified. The culture. I'm Portuguese, and there's a little bit different. There's a big hierarchic of levels, and your professor is like a king. There's no way you question him or her, and I was terrified. In the first lecture he didn't even give any introduction. He just started writing equations, and I was terrified. And then I was lost in the woods, but finally when I sort of understood, it was just like a world of possibilities. So I think my most memorable thing was really like diving into something that just seemed too difficult to handle, and then getting a big reward, in learning and then getting a good grade. So, and that happened throughout. People would say, oh, this is too difficult, nobody can do thermo in the first attempt, you're never going to make it. And I was almost quitting before starting, but somehow, I just dared to do it, and I did really well. So yeah, so like diving into something really difficult and then getting the reward. I would say that my favorite was like, thermodynamics and physical chemistry in general, and my least favorite was really organic chemistry. I shouldn't say that since I'm in a material science and engineering department, but I didn't like it so much. I couldn't penetrate it so well. Like in Coimbra, so that was I did with my undergrad in Portugal. That's probably the most different from all the other three, because it's very hierarchical. There's not so much freedom to talk with professors. This type of thing that we are doing now, it would be unheard of. But you learn a lot, and with depth. So the education system is very good. And I noticed that when I went to Lund in Sweden, because I was much better prepared than my fellow grad students. So even though it was difficult, I learned a lot, and that was fun. And then Lund, it was very collaborative, very open, which I like a lot. And UCSB, the University of California, Santa Barbara, was also very open, very collaborative, just like in Illinois. So I would say that those were very similar in terms of what university goes for. But of course, Lund is in Sweden, so it was cold and dark in the winter, and California is California, and Illinois, well, that's more like Lund, I would say. That's a very good question. I guess we had, the classes were very good, so the professors, since there aren't much funding and money in Portugal for research, the professors invest a lot of time in teaching. So when they go to the classroom, and the professors are also tend to be a bit older, because there aren't many new positions opening, so there are not many new professors, and the new professors go more into maybe the lab courses, whereas the big lectures are sort of taught by well-established teachers. They have a lot of experience, they focus a lot on teaching. So when they go to the classroom, they need no notes, they need no PowerPoint, they need no books. They know the material so well that you go to the class and you learn a lot. And even though, I shouldn't say, that was a long time ago. I think it's better now. I think the students now communicate more with the professor. But I should say it's just like the professors were very well prepared, and we had good books, and the classes were extremely good. So, I think I would like to, if I could, I would like to be more in the art scene, either a musician or a dancer or a performer of some sort, very into the art scene. Yeah, it was. It was my postdoc advisor who once told me, he was very upset that I was late to give him a paper I was supposed to write, and I was just a bit slow, I guess. And then he shouted in the corridor, "You are my most creative, but my laziest postdoc ever." So that was a bit of a wake-up call, It's good to be creative, it's good to, you need that, but ultimately you also need to work hard to get things done, and there's no way around it. Being smart and creative is not enough, so I think that was a very good criticism, You need to improve your time management, you need to work harder. My oldest hobby is probably, I like painting. I'm terrible. I have no technical skills, but I like doing it. Watercolors and other things. I've been doing that forever. And I think my most favorite is to sing, play a little guitar, and I sing. I am a big fan of polar bears.
Oh.
Polar bears.
Like, favorite TV show?
It varies. Right now I'm very into Louis C.K.
Restaurant in the Urbana-Champaign area?
Okay. I've been. I like the Still. Yeah.
Where's that?
The Still is just across from this new one that opened, the Big Grove Tavern. So it's really downtown Champaign.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also like Mais, the Mexican.
It was just there.
Yeah. So I go there invariably 2 times a week at least.
Movie?
My favorite movie? That's a tough one. I would say that probably one of the ones that I go to a lot is La Vita Bella, Life is Beautiful, with Roberto Benigni, about the Holocaust. So, yeah.
Sport or team?
I like volleyball and soccer, and my team. Of course, I like the Portuguese, soccer team, and I am from the north of Portugal, so I like Porto. Is the soccer team that I support.